This is X-100 to Goldenrod. X-100 to Goldenrod. Do you read me? Over. Normal descent on instruments. Normal descent on instruments. Altitude 90,000 feet. Approaching critical velocity. Something's wrong. I'm falling too fast. Goldenrod, I'm in trouble. The jets don't break my speed. I'm releasing the drag chute. The ship feels 500 pounds heavier. There's no drag, and I'm getting too close to the Earth. There's nothing more I can do now. Estimate impact radius. 10 miles northeast your location. In case recorder's damaged, get this. Velocity 6,700 miles. Weight ratio 187. Thrust 220 tons. I'll tell the others. Goldenrod Baker to Goldenrod Able. Goldenrod Baker to Goldenrod Able. Goldenrod Baker to Goldenrod Able. Goldenrod Baker to Goldenrod Able.
Did you find it?
Came down about 3 miles east of Walker's Pass.
Area 116 or 117 on your map.
How bad is he?
He bought it all the way.
You're certain?
No respiration, no heartbeat, no pulse. Came down pretty hard.
The rocket unit's still in one piece and most of the control section. Everything else is scattered around for about half a mile.
Tell Donna to cover the entire area. Canaveral will want all the visual data we can give them.
Oh, and don't move anything till we get there.
Goldenrod Baker out.
I'm terribly sorry, Julie. I can understand how you feel. But we can't let it interfere with the work we have to do. You both knew it was a calculated risk.
I'll be all right, Doctor.
Well, let's get going.
Dave, look at the composition of this mud.
Dr. Wyman wants you to get full coverage on the entire area.
This was your first project under Dr. Wyman, wasn't it?
Yeah. I helped design the jettison unit that didn't work.
On a project like this, there's always a margin for error. You expect it.
Sure. Then when it comes, you find you really didn't expect it after all. You think Julie expected it? With his engagement ring on her finger? John Corcoran was the first man to be sent up in a satellite and ejected back to Earth. Only he was supposed to come back alive. Let's check the rest of it.
Look, Dave. Look. Don't blame yourself.
The answer lies in this wreckage. Let's recheck the crash pattern.
What's that?
This rip was smaller when we first got here. Would the stress of settling into the ground have widened it?
How could that be? The entire hull is made of magneridium alloy. I'd like to examine the body before we bring it out.
All right. Watch you don't cut yourself, Doctor.
Dr. Benson, come here quickly. Bring my bag. I want you to see this. How long did you say he'd been dead?
It's been at least 3 hours since the crash.
Over 3 hours and no sign of body rigidity. No skin discoloration. Temperature feels normal. No dilation whatsoever.
The cause of death must be due to an internal rupture.
I've never seen an internally damaged body with no sign of rigor mortis after so long. Let's get him back to the lab so we can continue the examination.
Help Dr. Wyman. He wants to take John back to the lab.
Right. Dave, get a blanket.
Hello, Everglade. Hello, Everglade. This is Goldenrod. This is Goldenrod. How do you receive, over?
Aren't they receiving us?
That's not the question. Are we transmitting? If they don't receive anything from us, they won't try and reach us until the frequency check at 9 o'clock.
By all medical standards, this man is dead. No heartbeat, no respiration. Yet his tissues refuse to dissipate.
Was it possible he could be in a kind of catatonic state? Could he still be alive?
Perhaps a form of hypometabolism.
That's impossible. His heart has stopped. There's no circulation. You know as well as I do that when this process stops, the brain starts to deteriorate almost at once. Within a matter of 3 minutes, it dies.
Hello, Everglade. Hello, Everglade. This is Goldenrod. This is Goldenrod. How do you receive? Over.
Maybe after this long a radio silence, we'll switch over to an emergency channel.
I've already tried that. How about the Air Force? Hello, Air Force emergency. This is Special CQD Goldenrod Station. How do you receive? Over. Everything's all fouled up here. I couldn't receive the spot weather report on this thing.
Yeah, but are you sure it's not your set?
No, I've already checked everything. Will you go out and ask Steve to come in here a minute?
Sure.
Hello, Everglade. Hello, Everglade. This is Goldenrod. This is Goldenrod. Do you receive? Over.
Nothing, Doctor. Doctor.
What is it?
It's not a lesion. It's more like something had been forced through the tissue into high pressure.
Steve, the radio still won't work. Dave wants to see you.
Okay. I'll bet they're going nuts at the Cape. Get that radio working, Steve. We're going to need assistance.
Hey, what's the trouble? I can't transmit across the room with this thing.
It sounds like a magnetic disturbance.
Yeah. Could be the power lines fouled up outside. What's happening in there?
I don't know. Somehow we've got to get through to the Cape.
5 hours overdue now. I bet half the brass in the state of Florida's up in arms.
I hope not. If enough people find out about this, we'll have everybody up here.
I'll check the tower. You stay here and keep trying to get through, will you?
Yeah.
Look, if you pick up anything, give a yell, eh?
Right.
Blood pressure 120/80. Normal for a living man.
That's impossible, Doctor. You must have made a mistake.
But, Doctor, I checked it twice.
Well, this man does have normal pressure. That's impossible. Take a blood sample. I'll make a radiation count.
Goldenrod to Everglade. Goldenrod to Everglade. Come in, Everglade. Over. Goldenrod to Everglade. Come in, Everglade. This is an emergency.
Steve?
What happened?
Something hit me. It was big like a bear. It came from out of the darkness and was heading for the lab. I know. I put a couple of shots in it before I went down.
Wounded animal that large isn't good. How well are we armed?
Well, besides these pistols, we've got a couple of rifles.
I think it headed toward the back of the building.
Dave, are you sure you're all right?
Yeah, it just clipped me.
Inside.
It's in the medical room.
Wait a minute.
At the window. Down to get the other lanterns. Did it get to him?
No.
What do you think it was?
Well, this didn't come off any bear. Bring the light over here, will you?
No fur, no blood.
Very much like leather.
Is the power out completely?
Yes, it is. You have any idea what caused it? Could be a break in the cable at the dam or a short circuit in one of the transformers.
Dave, are you sure the building was thoroughly checked? Are the wiring and fuses all right?
I went over everything thoroughly. I checked everything. I'll check again. Nothing's wrong here. Like I said, it's probably the disturbance up at the dam.
Well, Steve needs some help boarding the window.
Well, at least we won't freeze. I think a place like this would be equipped with heating.
Up until a few months ago, this was a radar monitoring station. Most of the ultra-sensitive instruments respond better to the cooler atmosphere. Systolic was 140.
I'll have a blood sample for you in a few minutes.
How long do you think it'll take an animal to realize we're incommunicado and send aid?
Well, the security operation as tight as this, maybe another 12 hours.
That could mean we could be here another day.
Doctor! Doctor! I've never seen anything quite like it. Notice the way it's fighting the others.
"7 hours and his blood is still alive. One of us will have to drive to the nearest telephone and call the Cape. Every minute counts.
What is it?
I've seen amoebic dominance of a cell structure before, but this is completely out of proportion.
Well, what are they? What do they mean?
Well, normal blood has 2 basic cells. The red carry oxygen and the white fight infection. But this blood has 3. The 3rd cell, that big one. Well, that's completely foreign to any blood structure. If that bacterioid is contagious, then we've all been exposed.
I doubt if it's communicable.
We better get to the nearest town fast. I imagine that'll be Desert City.
But that's over 30 miles. Isn't there anything closer?
There's nothing on the map.
Steve, call the Cape from Desert City. Get in touch with Dr. Zimmerman. Don't go into detail. Just tell him to get here as quickly as he can.
Well, what about equipment?
Well, we need a new power supply. Need a refrigerated truck or an ambulance to transport the body. Oh, and tell him to request priority clearance directly to Walter Reed Hospital in Washington.
Right. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Keep checking the blood pressure, Doctor.
The last count was 140/80.
Well, that's all we can do at the present.
Any luck with the Jeep?
I can't figure it out. Cars in both the truck and the Jeep are burnt out.
Stopped.
They're both stopped. Take a look. We're in a magnetic force field.
A what?
A net of static electricity is surrounding the entire area. That's why our power's dead.
Well, we're not going anywhere tonight. The truck and the Jeep are burned out electrically.
What would cause a thing like that?
There's a very powerful magnetic source somewhere nearby. It's reversing all positive electrical power. Dr. Wyman, how close is the satellite compartment?
2, maybe 3 miles.
I was just thinking, is it possible that the compartment could be bombarded with electron particles?
It could be. It's happened before in some of the earlier snark firings to the Cape. When the missiles came back to Earth, they were pretty heavily magnetized.
But there's a mountain range between us and the compartment.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any logic behind any of this.
Well, here's something to complicate things even more. This was a shot I took when Dave and I first got out there. Look at it closely. Dave, remember I mentioned the strange mud?
Yes?
Well, this was the last shot taken. Most of the mud has disappeared, and the opening is larger.
Yes, I remember that when we took John out of the compartment. But at the time, it didn't seem important.
Well, someone or something must have been there.
There's an explanation and a good one for all of this. There must be. Some of the things that have occurred today are without precedent. A man in there alive that should be dead. Something that's never happened before. And we've never sent a man so far into space before. Well, we're all tired, disappointed, and under a terrible strain. After this long, the Cape has probably contacted the Pentagon. It's just a matter of time.
What if they can't get through? The magnetic force field works both ways.
Well, in the morning, one of us will have to hike down and meet them. As a precautionary measure, I suggest we all stay in this room tonight. Steve and Dave and I will take turns watching Kukoran. Right. Julie.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I just can't hold it back any longer.
I know. I wish there was something I could say. I'll listen if you like.
It's bad enough losing someone you love. But this, the unknown, being held here. Alex.
Julie, he alone stood on the threshold of our future. What happened to him today, we may learn more than we've ever known. Maybe I should just listen.
So incongruous. He's dead. But is he dead?
Scientists, the more we learn, the more we realize there is to learn. Life itself is the greatest miracle. Well, when we get him to the hospital tomorrow, maybe we'll know.
Good night, Doctor.
Good night, Julie. nothing you can do. Must have taken the body.
Whatever it is, it works fast.
Let's take him down.
Table. Johnny, you're all right.
Well, Julie, I don't know. I think so. Where's Dr. Wyman? What happened?
Suppose you tell us what happened.
Julie, what happened to Dr. Wyman?
He's dead.
Why are you staring at me? You don't think that I had anything to do with it?
John, we're just as confused as you are. Did you see anything? Was there anybody in the room with you and Dr. Wyman?
I don't know. Last thing I remember, I was making my descent. The jets didn't take hold. When I finally released the drag chute, it didn't hold. I was too close to the ground.
You crashed. We brought you here. You don't remember?
I seemed to be floating in a warm, black mist. Oh, my head. My neck.
Oh, no. Look at that.
The same mark. What's this? Tell me what's happening.
Johnny, you don't understand. We thought you were dead.
Dead? What do you mean, dead?
When we pulled you out of the compartment, your body had completely ceased to function.
A hypometabolistic state. A type of suspended animation brought on by the contraction of the mesenteric blood vessels in the pressure change of landing.
That kind of terminology I'd expected from Dr. Wyman, not from you.
Well, it seemed like the natural diagnosis.
From Dr. Wyman, yes.
In some way, I think Dr. Wyman is influencing me. I think he may be a part of me now. I don't understand. You've got to help me. Help me.
Fantastic. It's unbelievable. Things like this just don't happen.
But it has happened.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. It didn't come here to destroy.
Johnny, try to tell us. What didn't come here to destroy us?
Is he all right?
Yes.
They're gone.
What are you talking about?
Come see for yourself. That's what your blood looks like now. Normal in every respect. 4 hours ago, it was populated with alien amorphic cell structures.
I think we should see what I look like under the fluoroscope.
How will it work with the power out?
It operates on a radium cathode tube.
What are they?
The amorphic cell structures have expanded to...
They're using his body for a breeding ground.
You're not going to harm them, are you?
What do you mean? We don't even know what they are.
The one thing we do know is that they're alien to the human body.
Somehow they must have come down with you in the compartment.
Only a few hours ago, they were microscopic. We've got to do something.
If you destroy them, you destroy me. You can't destroy them.
Well, why not?
That's why not. Burned, but it got away, didn't it?
I don't think it'll go very far.
It's gone. It was burned pretty bad. I think we ought to track it down and make sure it's dead.
No, let's wait for help. We can't possibly combat that thing by ourselves.
Look, nobody's gotten to us, and no one probably will until it's destroyed.
Why does it have to be killed? Why are we always so quick to destroy? It's an alien. It's the first of its kind to come to the Earth.
John, you know what it's done to you, breeding its young in your body. You saw what it did to Dr. Wyman. Isn't that reason enough? It has to be killed.
You don't understand. It didn't come in malice. It could have killed all of you earlier, but it was me it was after. It had to come back to me to nourish its young.
All the more reason to destroy it.
Suppose it is still alive. Bullets don't harm it.
Well, fire seems to. How about a very pistol? Has an engulfing flame plus a delayed explosion.
That's better than a lantern.
Very pistol?
A flare gun. At short range, it'll chop down anything.
There's some in the cabinet in the hall. I'll get them.
No, Dave, you can't. Listen, you can't kill a living creature without giving it a chance to justify itself. Oh.
Let's put him in there. Give him something to keep him quiet.
Sodium amytal.
Good. We'll leave you here to watch him. Donna will come with us. We're going to need photographic coverage. Will that really keep him out until we get back?
I don't know. Under normal circumstances, this should render him unconscious for at least 12 hours.
But this isn't a normal person. What you and he were to each other has no bearing on what he is now, Julie.
I'm not worried. He's not dangerous. Not to me, anyway.
Oh, we can't take any chances. That creature eludes us and comes back here. Or if he gives you a bad time, you better know how to use a berry pistol. Believe me, Julie, he's not the same man you were engaged to. Thanks. Let me have one for Julie, will you? Now, don't worry. If we run into any trouble, we're not going to be heroes. Just pull the hammer back.
Just be back as soon as you can.
heart's a lot healthier than I am.
You know, I think it's leading us back to the compartment.
Yeah, it looks that way.
How long do you think we've been out?
Hey, look, my watch is running again.
Mine, too.
That means the magnetic field must be broken. It must be dead.
We better make certain. Seems like the most likely place for it to go.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Maybe it's on the inside.
Yeah. Only you stay here until we're sure it's safe. Dave, you circle to the left, and I'll go to the right.
Check. Nothing could possibly live through that. Look, it stopped again.
Hey, Steve! I better get some pictures before there's nothing left to shoot!
Kill her! Fire over its head! You hurt?
No, I don't think so. It could have killed me. But it didn't.
Probably would if we hadn't chased it off. Might have wound up like Wyman.
We better get back. Julie's all alone, and the monster may try and contact Aquarian again.
Yeah, let's go.
Don't be afraid, Julie. I'm not going to hurt you.
That wasn't meant for you. That was for the creature or whatever it is.
Don't stare at me, Julie.
I'm sorry, John.
If what you say is true and I've been dead, I don't know what this means for us, but I haven't changed in my feeling. Julie, we're all afraid of the unknown. You don't understand what's happened to me, and because there's an unknown being, you want to destroy it. But isn't it possible that what's taking place is for a purpose? Why not let the creature have a chance to tell us why it's here?
But it broke in and attacked us. It killed Dr. Wyman. It's done this to you. We had to do something. Now the others have gone to make sure it's dead.
It's not dead, and they won't be able to find it.
How do you know?
Julie, I'm the one who's had the most contact with it. Something foreign is inside of me. Alive. If there was any cause for fear, wouldn't I know it? But I'm not afraid. This creature is intelligent. It wants something. We've got to give it a chance to communicate with us.
See, the sedative didn't work.
My bodily reactions aren't those of a normal person.
What happened to the creature?
Got away.
Then it's alive. He told me it would be. Somehow he knew. He seems so sure that it's not evil.
This isn't a battle between men and a non-reasoning being. Can't you see it doesn't want to kill for the sake of killing? It could have done away with all of us earlier if it wanted to.
Until we discovered its fear of fire.
Listen. When you were out checking the power lines last night, all you had with you was a pistol, which you fired at it with no effect. If it had been a wild animal, it would have tried to kill you before moving on.
Can you account for what happened to Dr. Wyman?
No, I can't. But maybe it could if we give it the chance.
Why should we give it a chance? It's already committed murder. It's done I don't know what to you, and it's attacked Donna.
Look, if you were in a strange place and you were trying to communicate with the inhabitants, but every time you tried, they made a move against you, the only way to break through to them would be to take a hostage. Can't you see that's what it's been doing? It's been acting out of fear and self-preservation. It wants to communicate with us, but it doesn't know how. We've got to give it a chance.
What do you have in mind?
It's obvious the creature keeps coming back to me because part of it is inside of me. Why not let me lead us to it? In the daylight, in the open.
Maybe he's got something.
When we were out searching for the creature, our watches started running again. And then when we encountered it, they stopped. On our way back here, they became active again. And now everything's dead. Now, it's my guess that the magnetic disturbance originated from two different locations. One from the creature, and then from you.
It might be the only thing that's keeping you alive.
If my life has been given back to me, it's for a purpose. Trust me, and we'll learn why.
If the creature isn't what you believe it to be and we're forced to kill it, then we have no indication of what will happen to you.
I know. That's why it's important to let the creature make itself known before we take any action.
All right. But if we follow Johnny's plan, we still have to be prepared. We've no way of knowing what can happen to us out there.
Remember, we've agreed to give the creature every opportunity to prove itself.
If in the morning we still agree to follow Johnny's plan, we'll get an early start.
By that time, maybe help will arrive.
Dave and I will stand guard. The rest of you get as much sleep as you can.
Will it come back here tonight?
I don't know.
Johnny's plan.
So am I. I don't know if he's responsible for his actions.
I think it might be a trap.
If it is, this time we're going to be prepared. Come on. How about a Molotov cocktail?
We fill it with gasoline and then use it as a hand grenade.
That's a ticket. We could saturate the creature and detonate it with a berry pistol. There's no way it could escape then.
How many bombs are we going to make?
Well, between us, we ought to be able to carry about 6.
What are we going to do with the girls?
Take them with us. It's better than leaving them here unprotected. That's enough.
Are we going to tell Julie and Donna about this?
I think we better make sure Johnny doesn't find out, huh?
You ever seen any of these work before?
Yeah. Guadalcanal. Guerrilla tank was running wild behind our lines. He knew we couldn't do any much damage with our rifles, so he was playing kind of a cat-and-mouse game. Until he knew he could finish us off. Not far from where we were, there was a truck overturned, and the kid in it saw what was happening. Got the brilliant idea to bring me some gasoline, and we made up some of these. That tank came by, we smeared it but good. It's pretty horrible to see, but it worked.
Yeah, well, it'd be good for me to get off of this mountain. Even with these cocktails, I'm not anxious to tangle with that creature again.
Well, none of us are, but I don't think we have any choice. It came down on the satellite. It's our responsibility. Besides, it's better to stalk it and have it come after us.
Yeah, you're probably right. And so, I wish we could wait for some help. I just don't like the idea of taking Julie and Donna with us.
Well, I don't either. Then we don't know when help will arrive. We can't leave them alone. What are you doing here?
What are you doing with Dr. Wyman's body?
I couldn't sleep. I had to see how he was killed. Half his head gone. It's horrible. I don't expect you to trust me. I don't even know whether I can trust myself, but please don't treat me like a monster. I haven't done anything wrong.
John, it's not a question of right or wrong. Maybe you're not responsible for your actions. Whether you are or not, who knows what you might do?
Look, John, don't you realize this unknown creature is using your body as a breeding ground? We don't know what to expect.
I can't deny anything you've said. I do receive impulses from the creature, but I know I have free will. I know I can still make my own decisions.
Was it your own free will or the creature's? But insist it's benevolent.
I'm not sure. But I do know that we have to give it a chance to explain, and I know that no harm will come to you.
Daylight will be here in about 3 hours.
Better get some rest.
It's all the same to you. I'll stay here for a while.
I'll get the bags.
All right.
You will give it a chance to explain.
We'll give it a chance.
The creature isn't far away. There's some hills to the north, and a cave.
But he's never been in this area before. How does he know there's a cave?
It's in there.
Julie, Donna, stay there.
There's nothing to fear.
We're not going to take any unnecessary chances. The girls will wait here. Okay, you lead the way.
You're going to give it a chance. You're not going to kill it. You're not going to kill it.
What happened? Why did you let him go?
We couldn't stop him.
I brought them to you. They don't understand. I'm not sure I do. How can I help you to communicate with us?
Now I am able to speak by assimilation, a form of photosynthesis. I've been able to incorporate certain of Dr. Wyman's functional processes.
Was Dr. Wyman's death necessary?
Through his sacrifice, I can communicate, understand your reasoning, your motivations, your way of life. I will need your help. Together we must make them understand that I have not harmed you, that we will give them a better way of life.
Look! Listen! Please listen!
Do not be afraid. I am not here to harm you.
We're too far away. Let's move in.
Do not be afraid.
That's Dr. Wyman's voice.
It is his voice.
But how?
Yes, I am using Dr. Wyman's voice. I have been able to master the use of many of his faculties. With his voice, I am able to communicate with you.
You killed him!
He is not dead.
Not dead.
He has gained something more than life as you know it. He is the first of your kind to attain immortality.
Immortality? We're not interested in that kind of immortality.
I know you want to destroy me, but listen. Please listen. I only want to help you. Millions of years ago, my people inhabited a planet such as yours. We discovered the ultimate power, just as you on Earth are about to do.
You ready to make your move?
We should have put this power to our own benefit. Instead, hatred, greed, and prejudice caused us to misuse that power. And it brought about our own destruction.
Open target. Now's our chance.
But you can't risk killing Johnny.
No, wait.
What harm is there in hearing them out?
For centuries, we have been circling your Earth, waiting for a means to penetrate your atmosphere. Your projectile was the first to present a means of entry. Those before were not retractable and burned as they fell back to Earth. I am the first to come.
Death and destruction?
If what you say is true, what are we to expect?
You need me, and I have come. Through me, we will unite our intellects within one body.
It's insane.
And how do you plan to do that?
Already it has begun. Within the hour, the first of our new generation will be born.
It's true. I can feel them inside. You're imposing your will on us. You're sacrificing our civilization for the resurrection of your own. I've been a fool. The only way you can be saved from your downfall is by our sacrifice. What you propose is dominance, not salvation.
Don't be governed by fear.
Go ahead and kill me. You've already said I'm dead. A dead man with a brain and a body kept alive artificially to feed a generation of monsters.
That's not true.
If you don't kill me, a new civilization is inside of me. It will destroy mankind as we know it today. The future of our race is in you. You've got to kill me.
We have to destroy it. John! Run! Get away from it!
He will live on to become a greater being in future generations to come. Don't kill me. In destroying me, you are destroying your only hope for mankind.
You've got to kill me!
We will still save you. In your quest for self-destruction, you will send up more satellites. And we will be there, waiting to come again.
Made the right decision.
John made the decision.
Let's hope it was the right one. We'll probably never know.
Oh, hell no. Look at this.
Well, it's bye-bye, pretty baby, baby, bye-bye. Bye-bye, pretty baby, baby, bye-bye. Well, if I'll never see you anymore, may God bless you everywhere you go. Well, it's bye-bye, pretty baby, baby, bye-bye. Everywhere you go, cause bye-bye, pretty baby, baby, bye-bye.
What you doing? What you doing? What you doing?
I tried to love my sweet woman, but she couldn't understand. I tried to love my sweet woman, but she didn't understand. Well, I tried to love my sweet woman, but they won't seem to understand. But I know she'll realize the trouble since you've had another man. So it's bye-bye, pretty baby, baby, bye-bye. Bye-bye, pretty baby, baby, bye-bye. Well, if I'll never see you anymore, may God bless you everywhere you go. Oh, it's bye-bye, pretty baby, bye-bye.
Don't blame me. Blame Lou Carper Barker. Chase Lou. Chase him down like a fucking dog. Because this is not fuck.
What we gonna do then? What we gonna do? Don't make me have to fucking do this.
I don't run. You told me
No,
not to.
don't fucking run.
Okay.
We gonna have to do this then. You ain't got the money to do it. We gonna have to holler at your nipples, motherfucker.
What?
I'm gonna have to holler at your fucking nipples.
What damn nipples? Show my nipples.
Yeah, well, you just got purple nurple, motherfucker.
Yes, we do. We've got your nipple. Your little nipple. Oh, spooky. You're losing body parts now.
I've been watching YouTube and seen that dead man walking, man.
Yeah.
Dead man walking, you a dead man walking right the fuck now, motherfucker.
What?
I'm gonna fuck this shit up.
Oh,
man.
hell no. Shit, just not all you motherfucker. No, come on, man. Come on, Snuff. Oh, hell. Shit, you do. Shit. Oh my God, I've been running for days. I looked back a couple days ago and this motherfucker's still behind me. I'm so damn tired. But I'm running up to my homie's work. I see him right now. I'm gonna see what's up. Rimroll! Oh my God, dog. It's crazy, dog. Oh my God, what's happening? Oh, I can't be here for long, man. I'm running. Oh my God, this motherfucker been chasing me for days, dog. It got monsters after me, man. I don't know. Yeah, dude, you got that money. Remember when I sold you that model Xbox 360 and you got that money? I need it, man. I need it real quick.
Yeah,
Okay,
I got you.
Yeah, dude,
You might have to give me a minute.
Okay. Well, I'm running from Snuff Sawyer, dog. Man, this motherfucker crazy. He's the damn devil.
Devil?
Yeah, he's the damn devil.
You're like Van Haven, running from the devil.
No, man, I ain't really got time for your shit right now, Rimron. I'll holler at you. Oh, hell. Damn, I forgot that damn money. Whew. Rimron. What the hell, your finger's over here? Oh, what happened, bud? What done happened? You got a boo-boo there, I think. Yeah, he done left the soul behind. Wow. What? I didn't do this, man. But for real, you got that money?
You fucking kidding me?
I need it. I gotta go.
You won't fucking help me, dude?
I got shit I got to do. I'm sorry, Bubby. Well, it's waka, game over, man. I'm sorry.
Using a Pac-Man reference when I'm dying, man?
Yeah, you going to the big master chef up in the sky, man.
Fucking master chief, you're so ignorant. Help me, motherfucker.
I got to go. I love you, bub. I'm sorry. Oh, hell. No. Ziegfeld. Oh, no. Spoogaloo wanna holler at you. I wanna holler at you. It's been rough. It really has. It's been rough. And I just wanna to check in with y'all, let you know what I'm dealing with, and so you know, well, I mean, they're everywhere. Now they're in here. down in here, and it's scaring the hell out of me. Fuck this shit. They in here. They telling me things to do that I don't want to do. They saying I did it before. They saying that I did it before. I don't know. But it's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. It's gonna stop. It's gonna stop. You can bet your ass. No matter what happens. I want y'all to stay spooky. Stay spooky. Mm-hmm. 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 They fucking scratched me. They fucking. Did y'all hear that shit? I told you. I told. Oh. I think I've been smacked by ghosts. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Where the fuck are they? Help me, you two. Help me. Shenandra! Shenandra! They're gonna stop tonight, you too. They're gonna stop. We find them. They're gonna shut up. They're gonna shut up tonight.
There once was a man who lived deep in the forest. Didn't have money, but he wasn't the poorest. Just a rundown shack that resembles a pigsty. Welcome to the home of Charlie Fire Eyes. Digging all day in the dirt and mud, planting seeds, ripping weeds, growing dank ass bud. And now the chopper's over top. You hear the 12-gauge pop as Charlie lost his life for his cash crop. They laid his body in a holy duck for the weed, but in his flannel shirt pocket lay a handful of seeds. And now nobody know where the dankest bud grow, but I do, and I'm finna keep a secret for show. But I'm toking and choking, I start to feel kinda gnarly. Ask me my name, I say hello, I'm Charlie.
We blazing up on Charlie's weed. When we get blow, we'll make you bleed. We blazing up on Charlie's weed. When we get blow, we'll make you bleed.
Back in the day, my boy sold hay. Nowadays he underground in his grave he stay. Yeah, I wait for the plants to grow. Charlie Fire Eyes buried with the finest endo smoke. A few seeds fertilized by his corpse. Through the Crimson Crew harvest and smoke it, of course. We rollin' a blunt out of Charlie's stash. Just a few tokes I'm blowed and I'm ready to start a bloodbath. It don't make me lazy, drives me crazy, killing everyone I see. Wake up the next morning, a bloody mess of me. A nasty recipe for disaster. Give me some of Charlie's weed and some motherfucking hash, sir. When my eyes turn red, so does your neck. My mouth's so dry, but my clothes get so wet. Haunted buds, evil drugs. Charlie shit leave bloodstains on rugs, but his weed I love, it's a true blessing. I'll be going lunatic off of Charlie shit while y'all scraping resin.
We blazing up on Charlie's weed. When we get blow, we'll make you bleed. We blazing up on Charlie's weed. When we get blow, we'll make you bleed.
Now I got your damn attention, don't I?
This is the Eye of the Tiger match for the television championship belt and for the hair. As the music plays the Eye of the Tiger theme song, this whole match was the concept of Rip Rogers. He challenged me. He named the stakes. My only idea was for the cage, and that was to prevent the King, Pez Whatley, from coming in the ring. Rip Rogers pausing a bit, the lights come on, and there he is in all his glory, brushing his hair for the last time, raising his hemline just a bit so it can make it through the ropes. There I am, smoothing out a lot of wet spots on the mat because this match followed the Randy Savage Radamias cage match, and there was a lot of you-know-what coagulating on the mat, and that was potentially dangerous for broken and sprained ankles. I don't mind telling you I was extremely nervous before this match, but as they said in the Hour of Power, I'd rather try something and fail than try nothing and succeed. So I had a pretty good attitude going into this match. I figured no matter what happens, I was going to give it my best. The fans can't expect any more, and they should never expect any less from anybody. While the announcer is reading off the stipulations of this match, which took a long time, Hustler Rip Rogers is giving me the evil eye, and he was saying something right in my face, and I really can't remember what it was. It was pretty incoherent when I was hearing it, but I could tell from his expression that he was trying to psych me out, which was the furthest thing from my mind, because I was out there to do my best, and it was a little too late for any type of psychological warfare, because the action was about to get very physical. So I decided to just let him know that I was in the thing, and he slaps me in the face, and I thought he should have learned his lesson from the last time that happened, but I figured the fight is on, the bell has rung, and now's the time to get physical. I certainly wasn't going to get my clothes messed up when he did that before. And a collar and elbow hookup, and I had thrown a little bit of style in there to let him know that I was loose. Here he has my hair, which is I expected, and he gains the first momentum in the match by having my head against the fence. Now I'm really feeling his muscles because he has the power and he has the first hold of the match, a side headlock. But I always prided myself on being able to bridge out of almost any hold, and I managed to do so this time with not too much trouble. So he gets the first hold, and I got the first counter, and now I am the proud owner of a nice hammerlock, which I am trying to push past 3 o'clock so that he can really feel what I can do. There, I think you heard him give his little yelp. I think I really have some advantage here because I changed the position of my hammerlock, but he's grabbing my hair in. He gave me an elbow right to the side of the jaw, and I heard something click. And I was not too happy about that because he was an opportunist at that point. I think I got a little bit overconfident, and I kept my face in jeopardy. But you live and learn. And now's my side headlock, and my jaw still feels very, very shocked. There he has my hair, but I keep on with his side headlock. Stick with the winner. He's grabbing my hair some more. Tries to throw my head in the fence, but I put my foot up and tried to put the brakes on. Took him over in a side headlock, trying to lean into my man. Rip Rogers is on the floor, and Jim Bunning is looking for a 3 count, but that's not the purpose of this hold. It's not a pinning hold. It's just to wear down my opponent. Side headlock is one of my favorite holds for that. It can really disillusion your man, wear him down. There I give him a solid body tackle, and I go for the body press. Pick him up now, go for the big body slam. Boom, he goes down, and I said, this is my opportunity for a pin, but I got a 1.5 count from referee Jim Bunning, who is counting very rhythmically in this match. Rip Rogers goes outside. This is a no disqualification match. 1 hour time limit for the TV belt. However, the hair is on the line throughout the entire match. It seemed like it was academic rule because there are no cage matches that last 1 hour. Not in the history as long as I've been wrestling. There's a nice go-behind takedown by Rip Rogers, but I take advantage of my flexibility and turn that disadvantage into an advantage using a half Nelson. Rip Rogers kicks out of that, and very quickly I get that front face lock. I'm trying to regain advantage. That was my battle plan, to try to stay alert. There, Rip Rogers does a very good bit of scientific wrestling as he reversed that front face lock, did a short switch, and wound up the proud owner of an arm bar. Rip has a lot of power, and I could really feel that, and referee Jim Bunning is asking me if I give up. Not in your life. Rip Rogers is really leaning into it now. Giving up would be a momentary solution to my problem. I try to do a bridge, but Rip Rogers gives me a very solid forearm right to the sternum, which can really take the wind out of your sails. There he pulls me by the hair. I'm trying to use a variation of an ankle lock, but Rip Rogers blocked me, but not the second time. I managed to get free. Then I saw he was a little bit slow to his feet, so I went for my pin. That was unsuccessful. I regained my old friend back, the front face lock, which is a very punishing hold. Ask anyone that's ever been inside of one. Rip Rogers has a body lock on me while I have the front face lock, and I believe I have a lot more momentum as proof that I bullied him into the turnbuckle. But look at that. Double leg takedown. Went for the body press, and almost caught me sleeping. I'm going to have to be a lot more alert. Now I'm a little wary because Rip Rogers out-wrestled me in that particular time. He's got a side headlock, and notice the positioning of his legs. Really leaning into me. I throw him off, I drop down, and he gives me a solid body tackle. Count of 1, count of 2, and I managed to kick out. This match was very evenly matched. Neither one of us had much trouble with conditioning. There I am trying to do a bridge. But once again, Rip Rogers with the hair. Referee questioning Rip Rogers, but that's futile because this is a no disqualification match. He's trying to keep as much order in the ring as he can, though. Count of 1, and I do not want to be on my back. As you can see, I managed to give Rip Rogers a token body press, but he flipped me off immediately without even a 1 count, and now I regain my front face lock. Front face lock and a headlock are 2 of my favorite holds. They're not very sophisticated, but they do work. And they also give me a chance to get some rest while my opponent carries all my weight. In other words, let him do the work. Now Rip Rogers is trying to bully out of the front face lock by having an arm bar, and he looks like he's very successful in doing it. I've just about lost all my leverage. There he is. Now this is strictly muscles is what Rip is using right now. He is just muscling out. and I'm trying to reverse that. Now he grabs the hair. So now it's Rip Rogers with the arm. There I am once again with a bridge, but we'll see what Rip Rogers thinks of that. Boom! For all my trouble, a forearm to the midsection. Now I'm trying to find some breath. Flying snapmare by Rip Rogers. Count of 1, count of 2. Now Rip Rogers senses that his last forearm to the midsection really did some damage. There he gives me a boot to the midsection, and although that hurt, I was a little bit relieved that he chose the midsection, since there were a few other parts of my body that were open. There's a forearm right to the back, and a big elbow smash to the back of the neck. Now I come up with a punch of my own to the stomach. Drop kick right to the face. I was proud of that drop kick. I felt that that was what I needed in order to put Rip Rogers back in the corner. Hit him right in the face with that drop kick. There I lunged into his midsection, and I get a side headlock. I'm trying to lean in as much as I can to that side headlock, just like Rip Rogers was doing. There I changed my position to try to get every bit of muscle I can into his face. Now he's got the hair, and right in the turnbuckle. Now that hit my back pretty hard, but as you can see, not as hard as I'm about to hit it right now. Boom! And I remember it felt a lot worse than it looked. Now I felt my back was coming apart, and Rip Rogers seized that opportunity to give me a very well-placed boot right to the back. Rip was a very excellent competitor in this match, clubbing my back with his feet. Count of 2 only. I shouldn't have been laying on my back. But I was trying to protect it, but then what you really want to protect is a body press. Vicious forearm right to the back. Rip has very large forearms. There's a flying Beal throw, but he follows me down to increase the intensity of the impact that I'm suffering on the back. Now I'm learning my lesson. I'm trying to get away and try to prevent a pinfall. There's a small kick to the midsection and a large punch to the back. Here's the headbutt to the midsection. That was very resourceful, and I managed to give him an uppercut that sent him rocking. Rip Rogers is now in the corner where I wanted him, and there's another headbutt to the midsection born out of desperation. I had a lot of good luck with my right hand to the jaw. Referee Jim Bunning doesn't really have much to do. This is a no disqualification match. He's there for the big job of counting people's shoulders down and checking for submission. There I was on my back, and I thought I'd better get off my back before Rip Rogers gets it into his mind to go for a pin. Here he is with a big bear hug, and Rip Rogers has a lot of strength, and I have a previously injured back. He's got his arms laced around the small of my back. Referee Jim Bunning is checking for a submission, but there's a little bit too much on the line for me to give up. Referee is asking me if I give up. There's a few times that I felt that it might have been a good idea, but I said a punch in the nose should solve things. Some of the fans were a little bit disappointed in me to get out of a legal hold with an illegal move. But we can't be concerned about what people think. The big thing here is they don't ask how you won, they ask if you won. And I had to get out of that bear hug, otherwise I was soon to be a bald-headed wrestler with no titles. Here Rip Rogers picks me up for a big body slam. And watch how he converts this into a power slam. That brought back unpleasant memories to watch that. Here I am trying to get near the ropes, just in case Rip gets it into his mind again to go for the pin. There's a headbutt. Surprised me more than anything. So I decided to answer with a big kick to the midsection. Go for a field goal. Well, it was more of a punt. And he answers that with a headbutt of his own. Now, when this match was over, my left eye was completely closed with several welts from a combination of headbutts and punches by Rip Rogers. There I managed to get some sort of onslaught going myself. The first part of this match was a battle of wrestling. Now it's turned into fisticuffs. And I employ the feet and the head as well. There's a very good kick, very well placed, which is amazing considered how haphazard and wild it was. None of these kicks and punches are measured. This is a wild affair. Here's where Rip Rogers gets a big advantage. He goes for that big vertical suplex, which he executed perfectly. Unfortunately, he's down himself, so he must have taken quite a jar himself there. Count of 2. I got a little lazy. I'll blink of an eye and it's all over. There's a very good knee to the back of the head. I think it took its toll, so I tried it again. But once again, Rip Rogers is up before me. I'm still dazed from the cumulative effects of Rip Rogers' onslaught. There I get only a 1 count on that jackknife attempt. But at least it shows I'm still in the game, fighting away. My first legal move in a while. There's a punch right to the eye. And another headbutt. Rip Rogers has opened up a small cut right on my eyebrow. And that's what he's going for. Big double-fisted clobber right to the back. And a big elbow smash to the back of the neck. He employed that several times in this match. And there's my favorite move. Nice short punch right to the jaw. A couple of times there I thought I broke my knuckle. But I figured it had to be hurting his jaw pretty good. And if I got lucky, I'd knock him out. I go for my big flying monkey flip just to get him in the middle of the ring so I can try to get a pinfall myself. There I decided to punch him right in the nose. I've broken a few noses in my time, and I've broken a few jaws. Here's a big mistake I made. Big splash, and he puts his knees up. That's when I could have sworn I broke a rib. As it was, they were only bruised, which can hurt just as bad. I've had a few sleepless nights on account of those ribs ever since that. Viewing this film, I can see that Rip put his knees up just in time. And I was very afraid here that Rip's momentum would be such that he could gain a quick fall. And that would be goodbye hair and hello former championship. Count of 2 only. I'm a little the worse for wear. There I am trying to get to the ropes. That's always a good place to be when you're in trouble. Fortunately, Rip Rogers has already taken a severe enough beating, so I'm getting a chance to recuperate, try to get myself together before the next major onslaught. Here I am crawling through the ropes. Watch this move. He slingshots me into the fence. Rip Rogers had wisely taken the opportunity to get himself behind the ropes. And then when I came for more punishment, he slingshotted me. And now my leg is caught, and the referee helps me there. It's a good thing he did, because Rip Rogers could have really taken the action to me, and this would have been very bad timing for the old leaper. Here's Rip Rogers throwing my head into the fence. And I felt then like a rag doll, totally limp. But as Vince Lombardi professed, give that second effort. And that kick to the back of the head served to almost wake me up as much as anything. And then I said, never mind how things look. I knew I was close to the ropes. I was there on purpose, too. And Rip throws a forearm right to my Adam's apple, which served like a bucket of ice, getting me off my back. Now that didn't help me. There was a very well-placed headbutt. As I said before, I can't tell whether it hit me in the eye or the temple, because I had welts in both places. There I am in the corner, trying to cover up, trying to protect myself. Rip Rogers is pushing me with his leg, but I'm pushing him too. So my overall battle plan is to try to defend myself, try to keep off my back. Rip Rogers has me on the defense, and he gives a knee drop right to my throat. Kind of 1 7/8. So it looks like I'm starting to recuperate just a little. But now Rip Rogers has the abdominal stretch and aids that with a pulling of the trunks, which you can have a terrific view of right now. But I can't claim too many fouls because I was all over stretching that rule book myself. And in a no disqualification match, it's amazing the match was this clean. There were no foreign objects, and I was proud of that. There's a punch to the midsection. I don't know how much steam I had left in those punches, but it was all I could do, and it was hard as I could. Now I felt like I had just a little momentum, so I decided to, his back was turned, I give that knee right to the back of the head. Now watch this move. I'm on the middle rope, and I stomp that head. There I knew I had a good thing going. Front flip, and a back flip body press. But in my excitement, I forgot to notice that his foot was perilously close to the ropes. There I'm picking Rip Rogers up. I go for the back body drop, but he gives me a boot right to the arm. Now the match can go either way. It's a matter of who's got more character. Conditioning really wasn't a factor. Even though we're lollygagging around the mat, it wasn't because we're out of breath. It's because there's a punishment. Several near knockout punches. Cobwebs in both of our eyes. There's a headbutt, and those headbutts and those punches really took their toll on me. I can verify that. There's a sidearm punch to the stomach, and I don't think it had that much steam behind it because I was a little bit shaken up. There I am trying to get to my feet so I can do some more damage and try to protect myself. Another headbutt. I believe Rip Rogers was giving himself a lot of punishment himself with each headbutt. So he switches his attack to an elbow right to my cranium. Here is a double reverse, and he flips me completely over. So I guess you could say he countered the counter's counter. No count. I was too close to the ropes. At this point of the match, my left eye was closed. Fortunately, I had my right eye. There, Rip Rogers throws me into the ropes. and I get a sunset flip, but a count of 1.5 is all I could get. But at least I'm back in the game. I was very encouraged by that. I managed to react to his backdrop. And you could say that I tied the score because he reacted to mine with a kick. There's a good left right to the midsection and a big elbow smash, which sent me back on my knees, just like in church. He goes for a body slam, but I had enough presence of mind to go for a small package cradle, but the referee only counted 2. Well, it didn't make it to 2, but it was past 1. Side headlock. Well, as I said before, my left eye was blinded, and I sent Rip Rogers into referee Jim Bunning. Jim Bunning is down, and that drop kick landed right on my jaw. Now here's a bad break for Rip Rogers. Very unfortunate for him. He's got me covered, but the referee was out of it at that time. Of course, I didn't hear a count, and that meant it really wasn't an emergency to get my shoulders off the mat. But there's a double chop, second one. It's got me back against the ropes. There's a very weak kick, and there I managed to get a little bit more muscle behind that one. Elbow smash to the back of the head. Referee Jim Bunning is still down. He took a terrible fall. Rip Rogers goes for the clothesline, and I managed to get a sleeper. There I have a sleeper. That's my big hold. I know, even though the referee is down. Here comes Pez Whatley with the board. Pez Whatley is trying to interfere in this match, and here comes Mike Doggendorf from behind, preventing and causing neutrality. Pez Whatley goes after Mike Doggendorf with the board. George Weinroth, the promoter of the ICW, intervenes. Mike Doggendorf breaks the board over his knee. I go for a cradle and a schoolboy trip, and I am the winner of the Eye of the Tiger match. There was a lot of action right at the end. The crowd is smelling a haircut now. There I am in the middle of the ring. The crowd is pretty delirious. "26 minutes, and I am declared the winner. Referee Jim Bunning, Mike Doggendorf, George Weinroth. The ring fills. And now everybody's getting in the mood for a haircut. And that's the last time you'll be seeing Rip's hair as such for many months. Pez Whatley is complaining. We're going to show you right now.